I am a planner and organizer, and I have never met a numbered to-do list that I didn't immediately cuddle up to. But after 5 decades, I have finally accepted that not everyone has a brain shaped like a yellow legal pad and a fresh ballpoint pen. This chapter will give you some tools and techniques to organize your letter project, steps that worked for me, and ideas for alternatives that may work better for you. This whole chapter comes with a caveat. As with any long-term project, you can structure a roadmap for thank you letter writing like you have a PhD in organizational planning and still get felled by forces out of your control. In my case, I thought I would start my letters on January 1st and finish on December 31st, just as the ball dropped in Times Square. How clever of me, how elegant. With my goal of writing 50 letters, my plan even built in 2 weeks to slack off, what with my being a Gen X slacker and all. Then Dad died, and Maddie moved cross-country for her first year of college, and for 3 months I could barely sign a name to a check, let alone put in the level of thoughtfulness I wanted these letters to convey. There was a big pause in my process. I finally wrote the last letter almost 17 months after starting. If that happens, don't sweat it. Do you think anyone cared that their heartfelt personal thank you note arrived in May rather than February? They did not. Did anyone know about my arbitrary 12-month timeline? They did not. No one is tracking your progress but you. There's a catchphrase my husband and I have used since the early days of our marriage. Andrew is half Asian, which gives him a somewhat ambiguous ethnicity that has caused people to assume he is anything from Latino to Southern Italian to a member of the Tlingit people, depending on the dominant demographics of wherever they happened to meet him. He also likes to do absurd things to make me laugh. Either of those facts could have been the reason why, on that particular day years ago, Andrew gave his name as Jose to a deli counter worker when he ordered his barbecue sandwich. When Andrew asked a follow-up question about takeout cups for sauce, the harried counter worker, trying to maintain order over the crowd of customers, spun on his heel and barked at him, "It's not always all about you, Jose." It's not always all about you, Jose. Jose, no one even knows you're writing these letters. You thought you could bang this thing out in a month and it took 6 instead? Good for you. Stop being so hard on yourself. You're doing a nice thing, and whenever it's done, it's done. This means that my goal of 50 letters may not be yours. 10 letters when you have reached 10 months sober, 25 letters on your quarter-life crisis birthday, 73 letters because you love prime numbers. Make it so. This project really is one size fits all because you are the only one taking the measurements. Make your list, but don't bother checking it twice. Amazing secret revealed. The first step in the thank you project is figuring out to whom you want to send your letters. What? How did she know that? That justifies the cost of this audiobook right there. It's true. Much of this book is devoted to prompting you to think of the people who might appear on your list. Here's a real secret, though. You don't have to write a single letter to start reaping the benefits of this thank you project. Simply looking at the list of names of your home team, your ride or dies, your hype squad is surprisingly reassuring. Dr. Carter explains that when you acknowledge that someone else has done something kind for you, you are unconsciously accepting that they have incurred a cost for you. She says, research shows that thinking about it in these terms tends to dramatically increase our own sense of self-worth. It increases our sense of generosity, but it doesn't increase our sense of debt. In other words, we think, if someone else has done something nice for me, I must be worth it. So if you want to print out the list of people who have done nice things for you and carry it in your wallet to whip out and study while you wait in line at the DMV, or post it on your fridge, I certainly wouldn't discourage you. To me, creating that preliminary list of people felt a little like planning a wedding or a party, in that I thought in circles. If I invite this person to the party, that other person should probably also be there because they are in the same general friendship orbit. But unlike party planning, when you add someone's name to this list, you don't need to call the caterer or recalibrate your crowd-pleasing chili recipe. Nor is it likely that leaving someone off the list will cause social awkwardness. Again, Jose, no one needs to know you are doing this. It's your project, and you are under no obligation to write a thank you letter to that one guy with whom you are only friends because all your friends seem to be, but to whom you've never really felt a connection, what with his incessant talking about composting or the Cleveland Cavaliers or customer relationship management software. You're the boss here. So pick a time when you're well-rested and well-hydrated and have a good light to write by, perhaps after you've listened through all the chapters and have thought about who fits into the categories of family, friends, loves, mentors, and role models, and think of how you would answer these questions. Who has helped me? Who has shaped me? Who has inspired me? Here's another way to think about it. Would you be who you are right now if you had never met this other person?